there, by your unkind relatives and strangers on the street, and even waiters in restaurants when they overhear your whispered English and wince at your bad Spanish. Still, you try at least. You try like no one else on earth tries to be in two places at once. Being pocha means you try here and there, this way and that, and still you don't fit. Not here and not there. But you can say, this is my city, because Chicago is big and small enough to be your city, to be anybody's city who wants it, anybody at all. Like Nelson Algren said right around the time you were born, Chicago forever keeps two faces, one face for go-getters and one for go-get-it-yourselfers, one for the good boy and one for the bad. And I loved the good boy and the bad one, and sometimes they were one and the same. Once, while I was in the ticket line at the airport in Frankfurt, I watched a family for an hour or so that looked like it could have been his, but I knew it wasn't. I never saw the man's face, just the heavy mat of Mediterranean hair, his wife, short, a little round around the middle, and their two babies. I tried to see his face to make sure it wasn't him. Not that it could have been him. He didn't have two babies. Does he now? I was in Germany doing my last gig. Nothing sadder than a washed-up dancer. I was beyond sad. One day, you turn 36 years old. The sum of your education is a high school diploma. No other skills but to dance as a gimp flamenco dancer. And your polio-inflicted condition is suddenly worsening. Nowhere to go but down, like Bizet must have felt at that age when the debut of his opera flopped and he went home and died of a broken heart. My mother kept insisting I start cashiering again at some place like El Burrito Grande. El Burrito Grande had closed down years ago and been replaced by McDonald's. If she had gotten up every morning at 4:30 to catch the bus to her job at the factory, my mother said, she couldn't see why I thought I was too good for everyday work. We needed the dryer repaired. She wanted a car. If we got a car, she said she would learn to drive. If I could make my living as a dancer, she could become a bus driver, she said. But I had spent all my adult life living for the night. I didn't want anything to do with the day. And if this robbery of not only my livelihood, but my very sense of being wasn't criminal enough, I had been left like a virgin bride at the altar, left in a cowardly way, without notice, left one Sunday without a mass. My milkless breasts and my love that I had offered and given of so freely, discarded like compost to be buried. Still, I woke and went to bed with Manolo on my mind, except that when I thought of him since he left, his new name was Turd. As I had a bowl of cereal, I cursed Turd. I cursed him when I had my afternoon espresso and cognac. Too many years of strong coffee and liquor with Manolo, Agustín, our friends, and bohemian lifestyle, as my mother always called it, made some habits hard to break. One of them was loving passionately, and another was being loved like the most beautiful woman in the world. A friend suggested that I see a doctor, as if a doctor could give me a new leg, another spine, make me 15 years younger. The doctor sent me to a therapist who then advised me to take a ceramics course at City College, to channel all that creative fire burning inside me. 6 months later, I moved to the desert, with my savings accumulated from tips from gigs, at nightclubs, community centers, convalescent homes, and anywhere our ensemble could descend upon for a few bucks over half my life. And I lived completely alone for 2 long years. I tried my hand as a potter and put on the veil. That's what the Spanish Catholic artista